Welcome back to the poker vlog. This is episode number 126. For this episode, we're playing 510 at Bellagio. It's the first time playing at Bellagio in a long time, and we get into some big pots, some all-ins. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Before we get started, I've got a few announcements to make. The first one is that Andrew and I are going to Mexico. We're going to Cabo July 17th, so that's probably today for a couple of you. And we're really excited. We're going to be playing the GG portion of the WSOP, so we're going to be firing in a lot of events. We're going to be doing live streams, meetup games, and we're going to be creating some normal vlog content as well. We'll be doing prop bets. I'm really pumped up for that. They gave us a promo code. It's MUGS. With that promo code, you'll get $60 in tournament tickets just by depositing $20, and you can actually get up to $100 in tournament tickets. So definitely take advantage of that, and that way you can play with Andrew and myself for the first time on a regulated site if you're an international player. Let's see, some of you guys have been letting me know that you got your Welcome to Valuetown shirts, and there's no right way to play Jiggity shirts. That's awesome. 10% of the proceeds from those shirts go to people who are in the poker industry who are in need of some extra cash, and the recipient from the last batch, her name's Chrissy. She's a dealer in Las Vegas. She's one of my absolute favorite dealers. She just had a baby. She's super generous. She's always volunteering and donating to other causes, so it was great to help her out. She got $1,436 from the t-shirt sales, and some of you just donated straight to her. So that combined was $1,436. It's not life-changing money, but it definitely helps people get through some rough times. She was really appreciative, and she wanted to say thanks, so here's a clip from her.
This is Bodhi. It's 8 weeks old. We wanted to say hi and say thank you. Yeah. Very humbled, very honored. And we hope to see you guys on the felt soon. Maybe at Run It Up or one of those. Or back at the Win when we open up. All right, guys. Thanks again. Have a good day. Bye.
You can still get some t-shirts. I'll have a link down below in the description box. And it's a great way to help support the channel and help support some people who are just going through some tough times. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Summertime in Vegas is coming back to life. The strip's getting busier, poker rooms are opening back up. I don't feel all that comfortable traveling at the moment, so I take this opportunity to do something that I've never done before. I get a hotel room with my girlfriend at Bellagio. We have a little staycation. Till this moment, I've never even seen a Bellagio hotel room. I couldn't be happier with it. I made sure to get one with a view of the fountains because it's about my favorite thing to look at in Las Vegas. After getting checked in, we head down to the pool, which is another part of the property that I've never been to before. I ask, what's the girliest drink on the menu? Great, I'll have that, and please put a strawberry on it for me. For dinner, we eat at Mon Ami Gabi, where we get another view of those fountains. Then we watch it again, and again, and again. We have an amazing night. It's tough for life to get much better than this. But in the morning, it's business time. I head downstairs where poker operations have just resumed. It's the first property to have glass dividers at the poker table, so gaming has approved six-handed play. For the first time in 7 months, I'm playing live 510. The max buy-in's $1,500. That's how much I've got in front of me. Let's roll. Here I've got King 4 suited in the small blind. It gets folded to me. I've got an above average hand with only one opponent standing between me and being victorious. I raise to 30. The big blind with the short stacks having none of that from some young kid. He puts in a small 3-bet to 70. It's kind of an annoying sizing. It was more I just fold, getting 2.5 to 1 on a call with an okay hand, so I stick around for 40 more. We're heads up out of position. The dealer puts out King 7-5 with 2 spades. We've got top pair with a backdoor straight draw. Check it over to the pre-flop aggressor. He bets 110. It's a fairly large bet, but I make the call one time. The turn is the 9 of spades. I check. The opponent's concerned that he may be beat. He looks to see if he's holding a spade, then he checks back. I'm feeling good about my hand. The river is the 10 of clubs. I check with plans of calling a reasonable sized bet. The opponent checks back and tables King Jack of hearts. He has me outkicked. Not cool, man. Not cool at all. Right away, we're stuck 200. In this one, I've got 10-9 of hearts in the big blind. The opponent from the last hand straddles. The button opens to 60. I've been playing for 30 minutes or so and haven't had any opportunities to 3-bet. It seems like a good time to do so. The initial raise and pot is extra big because of the straddle. The button has been opening a lot, and I imagine he's been doing it with a very wide range like he should be. I've got a good drawing hand, but it can be tough to play out of position. Under these circumstances, the situation is good for a 3-bet. I make it 240. The under the gun straddler folds immediately. Now it's on the button. He shoves for over 1,300 effective. I just cry a little bit. Why did I have to get fancy? Just kidding, the button folds, we get it through. No one ever has that when it's six-handed. Except sometimes like right now when we've got pocket queens in the big blind. Under the gun, 3-bet me earlier with king jack suited, opens to 50. He's the short stack at the table. I'm already contemplating how I'm going to absorb those chips into my stack and get unstuck. It's my turn to 3-bet him. Tossed out 2 black chips. It's fun using those again. The fact that I just 3-bet a few hands earlier may allow me to get called lighter. One of the added benefits about 3-betting light is that you gain extra value when you 3-bet your premium hands like quickities. Wouldn't mind getting this in here. Instead, the opponent calls, leaving himself with 350 behind. I imagine that I'm not up against aces, kings, or ace king. Otherwise, he might have 4-bet jammed. Although with stack sizes, I actually like flatting in position with aces or kings if I'm him. Anyway, we're heads up. The flop is king, king, deuce with 2 spades. I've already mentioned that I think it's unlikely that I'm up against ace, king. There shouldn't be too many other combos that I'll have containing a king once I 3-bet so large pre-flop. Probably still ahead, but how do we keep hands that we're dominating to continue to put money in? Do that by betting very small. I make it 100, it's a quarter pot. I'll probably get called by any pocket pair and even some ace highs, especially ones with backdoor spades. The opponent immediately checks his cards for a spade. I doubt he'd do that if he had 2 spades. I don't think he'd check his cards if he had trip kings either. He looks for a very long time. He doesn't seem even the slightest bit confident. He just doesn't want to fold getting 5-1 on a call. Eventually, he puts out some orange chips to stick around. I'm confident that I have him beat based on the action so far and my opponent's body language. The turn is the 3 of spades, not a great card since I don't have a spade in my hand. Under the gun only has 250 left in the stack. I slide in enough to cover him and announce that I'm all in. I don't get snapped, so that's good news. Under the gun sees how big the pot is compared to the bet, tosses in a chip to make the call. The river is another king. We make a full house. I table the hand. Under the gun isn't very happy or very surprised to see that he doesn't have the winner. He tosses cards into the muck. We lured him in with small bets, and we got his entire stack just like we planned. No longer are we in Stuckville. We're up 450 on the session. Only a few minutes later, we're dealt king 8 suited on the button. I open to 30. The big blind 3-bets to 80. This is the same opponent that I beat in the last hand. He rebought. I don't like folding the 3-bets ever, but especially in position against a player who may be on tilt. The sizing is also not very big. I call for 50 more. We're heads up. Flop comes queen 10 deuce with 2 diamonds. We've got a flush draw, 1 over, and a backdoor straight draw. I'll definitely call a continuation bet from the big blind. Well, the big blind puts in his whole stack. It's an all-in for 325. It's twice the size of the pot. I just got these chips, man. I'd like to enjoy having them for a bit. On the other hand, I don't mind gambling against this particular player. He doesn't shy away from action. If I call and lose, I imagine I'll have opportunities to play big pots with him down the line. That's plan B though. Plan A is to stack him.
Give you a chance to get it back.
I make the call. Winning this would be fantastic. The turn is another queen. That's not going to help. The river is the 4 of clubs. Not the run out we wanted. We bricked everything, but the opponent is shaking his head in disbelief. He doesn't want to show his hand. Maybe he had a smaller diamond draw and also bricked.
Yeah.
I say nothing. I called his all in, so I'm certainly not going to show my hand first. He sheepishly turns over king jack of spades for a missed straight draw, but guess what? Jack plays and he has us out kicked. I look back at my cards to see if they've changed. They haven't. This is embarrassing.
That's gonna win it, man. Nice time.
Just a standard cooler situation there with king high versus king high for an $800 pot. Good times. At least we're still winning on the session. Next, I've got 10-9 offsuit on the button. I open to 30. Our nemesis calls in the big blind. We're heads up with him again. The flop is jack 8 deuce with 2 diamonds. We've got an open ender. The big blind leads for 60. I call. The turn is a 10, giving us a pair. The player checks. I check back because now I have some showdown value. The river is the 3 of spades. The player checks once more. I check back. He has king deuce of diamonds. He flopped a pair and a flush draw. We missed our draw but hit a bigger pair on the turn to win it. This ends up being the last hand that I play against this opponent. His seat gets filled by a pro, and so does another seat. It's just me sitting with 3 pros and 2 tight rec players when I pick up 4 3 of hearts in the big blind. The cutoff opens at 30. I defend. We're heads up. The flop is king 10 3 with 2 spades. We have bottom pair. I check. The cutoff checks. The turn is another 3. We have trips. I check for deception. The cutoff unfortunately checks back. The river is a 4. We make a boat. Boats are the best, except for investment purposes. Don't ever get one. I bet 30 to invest in my boat here though. The cutoff pays the fee just to look at it. Doesn't even get to ride it. I turn over the winner. The cutoff is actually a buddy of mine that I've known for a while. He flashed pocket 7s before the dealer takes his cards and puts them in the muck where they belong. The game is no longer good. There's some other things that I like to be doing, so I book a small win and rack up. my first 5-10 session since quarantine started. Good to just be back at Bellagio. I won $135 over like an hour and a half. It was a really short session. Mostly we were playing 3- and 4-handed, and then at the end the table filled up, but it filled up with some other pros. Wasn't really worth playing, just 2 short stacks and 3 other pros, so felt that I'd rather just hang out with the girlfriend, get some food, lay by the pool, and relax. I did meet a vlog watcher. His name is Justin, and he's from Colorado, so shout out to him. And now it's just time to hang out. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons because it helps out the channel a ton. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know in the comments section. I'm happy to get back to you. Definitely take advantage of that Mugs promo code on GG Poker. That'll get you $60 extra in tournament tickets with a $20 deposit. So it's free money, basically. It's pretty sweet. And be sure to tune in to my channel and Andrew's. We're going to be giving updates on when we're doing online meetup games on GG Poker. And we're going to be doing streams and vlogs and all kinds of fun content. It should be a blast. I'm really looking forward to that trip. And pick yourself up a t-shirt if you haven't yet. I'll have a link down below in the description box. And that way you can help support the channel and help support some other people who are in need. All right, guys. Good luck at the tables. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time.